So I was watering the front garden, and this is mainly where I put things that are toxic, like rhubarb. I think maybe lupines are toxic to chickens, I'm not sure. But like the bee balm, the peonies, you know, like the sponge plants, everything that's like pretty but not really edible is up front. There's a few edible things, like I did put some sunflowers, there's some chives up here, there's some peppers, like, but most of it is I put up here because the animals don't come up here. So I have been struggling with like this whole side of the yard, the whole thing, because there's just not a lot of sun. So everything I put here doesn't really make it. Even the broccoli and the kale and stuff is doing okay. The broccoli is probably bolting. So hi, I'm over here. So if it goes to seed, I'm just going to keep the seeds, but we'll see what happens. I don't really have anything to lose in those bins. So I am going to try. I got from the Botanical Garden seed haul the Made in the Shade mix. And I know normally you mix it with soil. I'm out of soil because it is garden season. Any soil I can get my hands on, I am using it. So the bunny and the chicken cage needs to be cleaned out. And we use like this tiny, I think it is pine. It's not cedar. It's pine shavings. So I'm just going to mix the seeds with the pine shavings and throw them in this more sunny spot because it says at least 4 hours of sun. This is the sunniest space. And then a little up by the fence, and maybe just use half of the seeds and see if that is enough sun. And if it is, then I can slowly start taking clumps and like transplanting it to where there's less sun to see, because then at least I won't lose all the seeds. I have my priorities, right? Don't I? I mean, I don't know if they're straight, but it's like clean the chicken and bunny cage so I can plant more seeds, right? So I'll keep you guys up to date. We'll see. And I think that they said that I'll have to look in the package to see how long it takes them to germinate. But we'll just follow along these little seeds in this little area over here and see if I can do something with it. All right, now I'm gonna go show you guys my basil because I have never in my life been able to grow basil properly, and it looks like I have. So let's go see if there's enough to like pinch a couple pieces off. So over here is basils. Look at that. Like, I know it's early, but can I just have a little bit? Like, is it like, oh no. Oh, well, that was, don't do that again. But look at this one. This one's actually turning green. I wonder if I have to wait until it's completely filled, or can I start getting, I obviously need scissors. Can I take some little pieces? I mean, is it, because I know that this is Swiss chard, and Swiss chard I need to come in here and get this, because the more Swiss chard and kale that you harvest, the quicker it grows. So I'm kind of wondering if basil, there's a weeds in my basil. I wonder if basil is the same way. Oh man. Oh man. There's some over here too. Well, I haven't really been weeding. That's why we haven't seen the backyard yet, because it's a little rough back there. I didn't mulch last year because I didn't have a garden last year. Took a year off, you know, and I am paying for it this year. So I'm gonna, oh look, the little onions. Maybe I should move these. I didn't know there was stuff in that pot. I don't know, do you think I can take little pieces? I'm gonna try. I'm gonna come pick a little bit of this and make myself a little salad for lunch, and then maybe I can make a little basil tea, because I know they're all different kinds of basil too. I think I planted like 6 different kinds. So honestly, I kind of just want to mix them and see if it makes a yummy tea. All right, I'm gonna go find some scissors. Okay, I'm just winging it here. Let me see if I can hold this and do this. What I've been doing is just where these big leaves are, I've actually been just picking up like this and pinching, and then leaving the small ones, because they seem to go every other, don't they? Like one goes horizontal, one goes this way, one goes that way. So I'm just pinching the big ones off. And it smells freaking delicious. So, and then just picking the ones that look like they're done leaves, and making sure to leave 2 leaves on each plant as well. I'm not sure if this is how basil works. I'll have to research a little, but it makes sense to me that if I pick the leaves, it would want to grow more, right? And this one's doing so well. I really wish I had some tomatoes right now, but it's a little early for tomatoes still. Wow, this smells so stinking good. Stinking. But it's not stinking, it's good. All right, made kind of a mess in there, And I didn't pick, sorry, mosquitoes. I didn't pick any of the purple because it still looks really tiny. I did do some over there, and I just clopped off some of that Swiss chard. So we have a little, maybe I'll make myself a tiny little baby salad. Basil and my Swiss chard. I'm excited. Let's go see what kind of, oh, I have that chive blossom vinegar in there. That with a little bit of onion powder. I'm having lunch. Look at this rhubarb, guys. It's not ready yet, but like they are taking off this year. Rhubarb pies. I like rhubarb apple pie. So we'll have apples about the end of July. Our apple tree goes really early. Put some beans in here just to see what would happen. I don't know what this is. That doesn't look like a bean. Looks like some kind of pumpkin or squash. Uh-oh. Hopefully that pot's big enough. I mean, it's got a trellis to climb on, but all right, take my baby salad in. And then our next project after we clean out the animals and plant those flower seeds is I have to fess up to how bad the backyard looks right now because I didn't mulch. Look at the nasturtiums. So pretty. Those, you know, they don't come back next year, so that's okay. But more nasturtiums on this side. So yeah, I think that we'll start there where it's more sunny and maybe a little bit up by the front fence. I'll move that pool table and try some there and see, because those are the places that get the most sun out of the shady area. So we will try. So I have my baby salad soaking in some salt water for bugs because I just, kind of just chopped it. So I have it soaking in a big bowl of water with some salt, and then I'll rinse it really well. I don't have a salad spinner. I'll need to get one of those because those are so cool. So I'll have to blot it and then eat it with some of that chive blossom vinegar, and I'll show you guys how that turned out. It's really pink. It's really pretty. So I figured while I'm waiting for that, I did film my botanical seed haul yesterday. That's backwards. But for some reason my camera shut off halfway through it. So I think I'll refilm it now. So I'll go show you guys what I've got and what my plans are for a little bit more of this year's garden. And I am planning a little bit of the fall garden, and I got some goodies for next year too. So the reason why is because Botanical Interest was having a sale where their seeds were like discounted because they have to sell them by the end of the year that they were packaged. But that doesn't mean that the seeds won't germinate next year. So I had a $50 credit and I went crazy. Not sponsored, but still. It was one of the most beautiful seed deliveries I've ever had, and their packaging is, some of them have recipes inside and some of them have like little history of the seeds on the front of them. Like, I love it. I love rare seeds. I love growing things I've never eaten and can't find in the store. So let's go through my seed haul. I'm gonna gush over that for at least 15 minutes. Guys, when I say we've had some technical difficulties, that is an understatement. I think we're back to filming on the phone again. I'm not sure why, but the camera keeps turning off, and I've tried to film this seed haul from Botanical Gardens. This is number 3. This is third go here, but I really want to show you guys what I got. So I'm sorry if I seem a little deflated. It's just that, like, I've told you about this twice, but you didn't hear it because the camera isn't working. So I'm sorry it's not even, they packaged it so pretty and I messed it, and so let me just like reset it, okay? Hold on, one second. We have lots of different kinds of tomatoes. I love tomatoes. I have not come across a tomato that I don't like yet, but I haven't tried a ton. I also saw they had like a blackish purple tomato, don't know the name, wanted it, but they were out of stock. So I'm gonna have to, I have until next spring to have to worry about that. So, but I did get these tomatoes, Pole Cherry Sweets, sweet tomatoes. So that'll be for next year. Then we've got Artisan Bumblebee Blend. I have not had those before. They're supposed to be it says pink, purple, and sunrise bumblebee tomatoes make up the sweet and tangy blend. Each tomato is striped. No two are alike, and mixed together they are stunningly juicy right off the vine or in a salad. And I like, honestly, the smaller tomatoes, especially for making sauce. They're easier because I don't have to, like, the skins. It's big tomatoes, you have to peel the skins. Little tomatoes, when you're making sauce, you just cook it down. Like, it's very different. Much easier for making sauce. Then we have chocolate cherry tomatoes, which I have never, and I got 2 packets because I was like, what? Never had those. Chocolate cherry tomatoes, doesn't the name make you hungry? These 1-inch purple red delectable tomatoes are great for snacking and add a little sweetness to the salad and pastas. This prolific vine bears seemingly endless truces with 6 to 8 crackless resenting fruits that will keep you coming back from harvest to harvest. And I will not have enough time for these this year, so I'm going to go ahead and save these for next year, like I did say for the other tomatoes too. Red yellow pear blend. I do believe my mother-in-law loves the pear tomatoes, and I didn't have any that I know of, so I went ahead and got the blend, and we can try all of those for next year. And then onions, bulb flat of Italy. I can't find these in the feed store. I don't know why. I find the scallions, but I can never find these. I do believe this is going to be for the winter garden before your average last frost date. Oh wait, 10 to 12 weeks before your average last frost date. Oh, these would be now. 70 days. But what temperatures do you like? 60 to 85? So I could plant these maybe in the shade. I'll plant half now and half in the fall and see which one does better. Because these don't really seem like a fall crop. Indeterminate days, 70 days. Sow in spring as soon as soil can be worked, or outdoors in the late winter. So I'll do half now and half in the fall and keep track of how many I harvest and how many that came up. And we'll see if it's better to plant these in the spring. Well, it's kind of like late spring. It's almost summer now. I'm pretty sure it might actually be summer now. It's June. So I'll plant a little bit now in the shade, and then we'll plant the rest in the fall. So I'll split that. The next one, it's too late to put peppers outside. I've already put my peppers out. I don't have room for more peppers. I overdid the bell peppers this year. I think I put in 15 bell peppers because I put in the seeds and didn't think they'd all sprout, and then they did, and I gave a bunch away, and I still had that many. So I do want to plant 2 or 3 of these indoors. They're called Pepper Sweet Purple Beauty. Frost sensitive, 75 days till transplant. So I think 75 days, I have a ton of grow lights that I was using for the African violets. So I think that I'm going to put 2 or 3 of these in pots and grow them inside. I did see that there was a Facebook forum for people who grow peppers indoors. Like they grow them and have people judge their peppers and they can grow them indoors. So I've never tried that. I do know you have to be careful with the peppers drying up or the leaves, because if you vacuum it, you can mace yourself. I learned that on Roots and Refuge. I guess that they had done that a few years ago. So I still want to try and plant a couple of these for an indoor project. So I'll put those to the side. Then up front, I'm going to show you guys a little bit later in the blog what I'm talking about, but there is the whole length of one side of my yard that has beautiful trees. It's like a little foresty thing looking, and we're in town, but it looks like a little forest. But it's so shady, I can't get anything to grow there. I've tried ferns, some of them get too hot and burn up, and then, that's just that. Hostas did well, but the slugs got them, which I know that's just bad maintenance on my part. But I wanted something that looked pretty over there, but I know that there's not a lot of sun. Even my broccoli and my kale is kind of super growing slow over there. So they have this flower mix made in the shade, blooming spring to frost, 6 to 48 inches tall. There's nothing like a nice shady spot to rest in a hot summer day, relaxing among the dazzling colors and textures of this cool mix. And this is what it looks like. And it says that it covers 130 square feet, which is a lot. So 20 seeds per square foot. Recommended cold climates 2 to 4 weeks before your average last frost date. Mix contains by weight 15% Chinese forget-me-nots, 15% balsamic Tom Thumb mix, 15% annual candy tufts, 50% baby blue eyes, 11% English wallflowers, 10% annual baby's breath, 5% or less of the following: virgin stock, Shirley poppy mix, dwarf columbine mix, Colois rainbow mix, dwarf spurge snapdragons, fairy bouquet mix, Johnny jump up, Helen Mount, Sweet Williams, and Tuscus bell flowers. Some of these I know, some of these I don't. So, but I am going to take this a little bit and put it in the sunnier spots on that side. There's a little bit under the maple tree that's sunny, and there's a little spot up front along the fence that's sunny, and I'm going to put about half there and see what happens, if that's enough sun, and then I'll slowly start trying to put it more and more in the shade until I find the space where it doesn't have enough. So I'm really hoping this will work. This may be the answer to my question of what can I put in the shade there. I will keep you informed. So we have a lot. This is all the things I'm hoping to add to this year's garden, which is that's a ton. I need to weed so that we have space, because right now the boxes are half garden, half weeds. Slowly but surely we'll get there. It's just the heat has been slowing me down. And then I will get a hold of some more potting soil, and we will kind of both monitor how these grow. And I can't wait to pick one and try it and let you know what I think, because this is new. Like, I love new seeds. Like I said, I think it's so much fun. So lots of different kinds of tomatoes, lots of new things to try, radishes. And then if I pickle radishes, I will let you guys know as well. Or if I'm probably going to ferment them, because it's just more, it's easy, and it's like kitchen decorations. The jars are so pretty. You should look them up, like fermenting vegetables. Sometimes people cut the vegetables into shapes like flowers and things, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I don't do that. I kind of just throw everything in there, but I have seen some very beautiful ones where they look almost like art. So it would be something to look into, fermenting vegetables. That's what it's called. So all right, guys, thank you so much. Sorry I was a little bit deflated. I just I filmed it 4 times, but we filmed it. I love Botanical Interest. This is my first order from them, so I love the packaging. I loved all the information. I love that they have history and recipes and more information inside the seeds. Like, I feel like I am supported as a, like, it makes me a little bit braver to try more of the abnormal fruits and vegetables that I've never seen. Like, I'm a little bit more brave because I'm like, well, they're right here. They got this information for me. So I don't know. I really appreciate it. I think the box was really fun. Like, it's just fun to get, like, when you order something, for it to come like wrapped almost like a gift. Like, it's a gift to me. So okay, guys, that's enough of the gushing over the seeds. I will post this video, and I will see you guys on Thursday. No, Bear, come here. You don't need to go away. You're fine. Down with us.